Season's greetings. I am Bishop Reuben King and I trust you are well and safe. As we approach the end of the year 2020, collectively we recognize that the pandemic has impacted our communities with significant grief, loss, uncertainty and anxiety. So to help us journey forward together in hope, here are some reflections and messages that we trust will greatly encourage you.
We're going through lockdown times where we've experienced different things. These days have been hard for some and brought us to our knees. Celebrations have changed and some couldn't say goodbye, but many heroes have risen up to help. No mask can hide the love in their eyes. We're going through a lockdown.
2020 has not been the year any of us wanted or expected. It's been a tough 12 months for all of us, and for far too many people across Birmingham, this has been a year of anxiety, fear and grief. But we've also seen Birmingham at its very best, with families pulling together, neighbours looking out for each other and communities showing real strength and spirit. This has been a year for heroes, from our NHS staff and other frontline workers, including council staff, to carers, community groups, faith groups and volunteers. And I want to say a massive thank you to everyone who's played a part, big or small. We can all be truly proud of Birmingham's collective response to the pandemic, and the way we have supported each other gives me confidence that our city can and will bounce back in 2021. But one thing I know for sure is that we cannot simply go back to the way things were. We must heed the lessons of the pandemic, ensuring that our recovery benefits every single community. COVID-19 has exposed long-standing inequalities that my Cabinet colleagues and I are determined to address. So our recovery will be about building a fairer Birmingham to improve the lives and life chances of everyone right across the city. For now, the danger hasn't passed and we still have to do everything we can to stay safe and protect the people and communities of Birmingham. So, enjoy Christmas if you're celebrating, and please have a happy and healthy New Year.
Hello, Andy Street, Mayor of the West Midlands, and it's a privilege to just offer a few thoughts at this very special time of year. Now, I reckon Christmas is always a time of reflection. I don't know how it's for you, but I've always found it a time where suddenly the hurly-burly of daily life just stops a little, and that is that time to think. So 2 thoughts, 2 reflections for this year. The first is, after everything we've gone through this year, I think it's a time where we're really going to think about our families, our loved ones, our friends, even more than ever. Perhaps it's not going to be about the glitz and the glamour that can sometimes dominate Christmas, but to be able to spend a little time with those who perhaps we've been separated from for recent few weeks and months is going to be very special indeed. It's also a time of hope, of course. That's the message of Christmas. And incredibly fortuitously, it coincides with the first time of real hope in battling against the virus, given that the vaccinations have now started. And wasn't it wonderful that the first vaccination in the world was here in the West Midlands in Coventry? And that sense of hope is that we can conquer this. Huge efforts have gone into the vaccination, to all managing all the restrictions, all the people who relied on to continue services. So I should say a big thank you to them at Christmas. I know for some, it'll be a time of terrible reflections on loss during the course of the year. But for society as a whole, we are able now to look forward to think that perhaps we can beat this. But please don't let your guard down during Christmas. Remember to keep following the rules, because that way the end to this will come as quickly as possible. Thank you, Merry Christmas, and let's look forward to an altogether more rewarding 2021.
Fellow Jamaicans and friends of Jamaica, I warmly greet you from all of us here at the Jamaica High Commission. It is also my hope that you and your family are faring well amid this global pandemic we are all experiencing. This pandemic has changed the world as we know it. Many have lost loved ones without the privilege of having a decent funeral for them. And we remember them in our prayers as we come towards the end of another year. This is a time of year when families usually get together with loved ones just for sharing a meal, for enjoying themselves together. A kind of a family reunion usually takes place at this time. But due to the virus, the pandemic we are experiencing, many will not be able to enjoy this due to the restrictions. It is my hope, therefore, that this will be for you a very reflective time, relaxation, and of course, a time when we can be grateful inwardly for the things that we have achieved amid the difficulties. It is my hope that soon we will all get back to some kind of normalcy where we can meet face to face again and to be able to have our usual meetings in the community or at the Jamaica High Commission as we usually do it. So until then, may God bless you. May God bless your families. May God bless this great country of the United Kingdom. And may God bless Jamaica, land we love.
I was delighted to be asked by my dear friend Dr. Beverly Lindsay to record a brief message which might be shared digitally during a festive period, and of course it's an absolute privilege to be able to do so. And what a year it has been, challenging each and every one of us. And what things will we have learnt as we pause over the break? On the one hand, we know that the medical data available to us already, coming out of the pandemic, is of particular relevance to the communities of our great city. We are told that 83% of the country's deaths so far have occurred in the Midlands and the North. We've also been advised that if you identify yourself as black, you are twice as likely to contract COVID-19 as I am. Like many, if not all of us, I'm personally aware of those statistics amongst my friends, my contacts, and my neighbours within the city. Sadly, both the pandemic and the measures required to control it are selectively harming the most deprived. We may all be in the same stormy waters, but I think it's quite clear that many of us are in different boats. And then, of course, we witnessed the appalling events of May 25, which reminded all of us that words such as equality, discrimination, and inclusion must not just be words. There is a job for all of us to do each and every day in order to deliver genuine equality and a genuine single community, brought together with words such as fairness, decency, understanding, and support. But in truth, we've also witnessed some wonderful events. Members of many communities heroically reaching out to support each other, to work across boundaries of race, faith, language, class, and creed. Time and time again, in my own very privileged role, I've literally had my breath taken away by the stories of generosity and kindness which have reached me almost every day. So we come into this Christmas, a Christmas like no other, with many difficult months behind us and still a very uncertain future ahead, but with a genuine grounds for hope, with belief that perhaps the lessons we have learnt will help us in the new year, and we can step out together into the future more confident of the support of our neighbours. My very best wishes to you all for these few festive days, and of course, well into 2021. Thank you.
As we started 2020, we did so with a sense of hope for the new year ahead. We could not have imagined what the coronavirus would mean for us all. And yet, while so many things had to be cancelled, hope remained. Hope helped us to keep it together apart. And now, with the development of a vaccine, we can all approach 2021 with a tremendous sense of hope. But whilst we wait for the vaccination program to reach all, we must remain steadfast. It is important to continue to stay apart so that when we can be together again, no one will be missing. Thank you to all who worked, volunteered, stayed at home, tended the sick, housed the homeless, fed the hungry, befriended the lonely, prayed. I wish you all a peaceful Christmas and a hopeful New Year.
Hello, I'm Ted Roy Powell, National Presiding Bishop for the Church of God of Prophecy in the United Kingdom. I wish to take this opportunity to wish you and your family a very joyous, relaxing and refreshing Christmas. Christmas is a time of hope, of joy, and it means a lot to so many of us. However, in this time and this year, I know that many of us may be thinking, what are we going to do? Because on the horizon there's so much uncertainty. But I'd just like to encourage you from the Word of God, which is in Hebrews chapter 6 and verse 19. It says, which hope we have as an anchor of the soul, both sure and steadfast, and which entereth into that within the veil. We have a lively and a living hope because of our faith, which anchors us in God. And may you be encouraged if you are finding that you are challenged in every way, that you cannot imagine as to how you will escape. Remember, hope may come through someone else. Your hope, your joy, your time of hopeful expectation may be just around the corner. May God bless you. May He cause His face to shine upon you. Nelson Mandela says, I learned that courage was not the absence of fear, but the triumph over it. May any fears that you have may desist, because by linking with our families, sometimes, many times, it brings hope. God bless you at all times is our prayer, and thank you.
Good morning. My name is Paulette Hamilton and I'm the Cabinet Member for Adult Social Care and Health in Birmingham, and I also cover public health. This morning, as we come to the end of the year, which has been absolutely traumatic with COVID-19, I can tell you this because adult social care and public health have been in the eye of the storm. But as we come to the end of the year, let me say, we're going through a tunnel, but we are coming out at the other end. This is a marathon, not a sprint. And can I reassure you all that our lives will get back to normal? And no matter how you think that this will never end, this will end, and we will move forward as a community and as Birmingham and as part of the UK. It has been a difficult time, but you know something, many of us have got to know our families better. We've been able to learn different forms of IT and communication, and we've just learned to live in a different way. And for that, I absolutely know that I have to give God thanks for that. But today, as we approach Christmas, let me just say, have an absolutely wonderful Christmas, and please have a blessed new year and look after each other. Thank you.
2020 has seen life get harder, less certain and more fearful. And in difficult times, we look for hope. Something to hold on to, something to look forward to, something or someone that can say to us, it will get better. COVID-19 has brought unprecedented challenges into our lives on a global scale. It made us all recalculate what we see as life's priorities. Our way of life have been severely impacted. Our jobs, our homes, and our businesses. And the loss of so many members of our community, with the added impact of not being able to give them the dignified send-off that is so important to us in our community. However, despite all the challenges that came with COVID-19 and 2020, there are also some positives. We were to find new heroes in our NHS workers. Community champions emerged. We learned the true meaning of essential workers. We adapted to technology as never before. Zoom has become our daily bread. We developed new skills, become more creative. We reconnected with family and friends at home and abroad. For many, businesses have flourished and new job opportunities opened. Now, as we enter into 2021, COVID-19 is still with us. But with the rolling out of the new vaccine, we must look forward to the new year with hope and optimism. Hope does not require that we know what the future holds, but the prospect of a better tomorrow calls for positive thoughts and the willingness to embrace new experiences and challenges. I'm confused, as most of you are, but hope is the key that will set us free. I am confident that our country and world will survive this pandemic. So, on behalf of Diamond Travel and the Association of Jamaican Nationals Birmingham, UK, I wish you all the gift of love, the gift of peace, the gift of giving, and a healthy, Merry Christmas and a peaceful and prosperous New Year. Please stay safe and well. God bless you all.
Hello everybody. As the Regional Commander for the Navy, it's my pleasure to introduce a few words of festive greetings from the Navy in the West. It's been an extraordinary year for everybody, and throughout the year, your Royal Navy has continued to serve under, on and above the sea, and for your Royal Marine Commandos in the most challenging environments around the world. We'll now hear a few words from those connected to the region from across the Navy. And with that in mind, I wish you all a very happy and a very peaceful Christmas. Thank you.
Season's greetings from the Royal Navy Area Engagement Team. We hope you have a safe and happy Christmas and look forward to seeing you in 2021. Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year.
We wish you a Merry Christmas and a fantastic New Year.
Wishing everybody a happy Christmas, and we will see you next year.
11 bales of cocaine weighing 358 kilograms and 3 HMS around the globe.
In 2020, the world changed. We chose to transform. We are achieving our ambitions, evolving how we use our ships, our equipment, and how we work with our people. Standing still was not an option. In 2020, we delivered. We have deployed a UK carrier strike group, led task forces in the High North, and responded to global events. In UK waters, we have been a constant presence both above and below the waves. Around the world, our ships have been forward deployed, making their presence known in the Caribbean, the Gulf, and the South Atlantic. Armed with new kit and new ideas, the future Commando Force will go back to their commando roots as elite raiders from the sea. New technology has been introduced, from autonomous drones to crewless mine hunters. And we continued to deliver during the COVID-19 pandemic. In 2021, we will be available, sustainable, and lethal on the global stage. HMS Queen Elizabeth will sail on her first operational deployment. 5 Batch 2 River-class patrol ships will be based around the world. The future Commando Force will head to the Arctic, the jungle, and the desert. Our submarines will continue their silent operations. And you will see more of the latest technology on the front line. We will never stand still. The future is now.
Greetings, everyone. Reading from the Gospel of St. Matthew, chapter 2, verses 1 and 2. Now when Jesus was born in Bethlehem of Judea in the days of Herod the king, behold, there came wise men from the east to Jerusalem, saying, Where is he that is born King of the Jews? For we have seen his star in the east, and are come to worship him. In Matthew, Jesus is the King of the Jews, and in Luke, he is the Son of Man, and in John, he is the Son of God, and in Galatians, he is the liberator of our souls, and that's why wise men seek Jesus. I encourage you this Christmas time to remember that it is Christ's birthday that we are celebrating, and he must be the center of what we do. So may you be blessed this Christmas season, you and your household, and have an enjoyable Christmas, and my best wishes to all of you for 2021. God bless you. Think about the subject. Wise men seek Jesus.
I'm delighted to join you for these few moments as we gather our thoughts together for the celebration of Christmas. This year, Christmas will be very different for so many of us, for very obvious reasons. And as we approach the end of the year, looking back over 2020, I know many of the things that we will remember, the way that our lives have been changed because of the experience of the coronavirus pandemic. That in particular makes me think of those families and individuals where bereavement has entered into their experience, who've lost loved ones, family and friends because of COVID-19. I know that this will make Christmas a particularly important time for those families and individuals, and we hold them very much in our prayers this year. Christmas is the season when we give thanks to God for the love that God showed to the world in becoming a human being for us in the birth of his Son, Jesus Christ. We think of the family at Nazareth and their own experience in Bethlehem. We think also of those families gathering together over the few days that are available to us in the United Kingdom, once again to meet with family and friends during this important season. I think in my prayers too of those, as I say, who have lost loved ones and for whom this Christmas season will be so important. We're told that at times of crisis, we fall back upon those things which are fundamental to us. The stories, the experiences, the events in our own lives, which are really foundational. For followers of Jesus Christ, the story of the Incarnation is the basis of our faith. And during this season especially, we have a message which, for us as Christians, we will want to share with others. Many will enter into the joy of this season, and we try also to give them an understanding of the story which is at the heart of our joy, our Christmas joy. So I ask the Lord to bless you this Christmas season, together with your family and friends, and that blessing may continue as we look towards the future in 2021. A very happy and blessed Christmas to you and for the new year ahead.
Well, hello everyone. This very special time of year, and yet 2021 will be on our minds for many years to come because of the difficulties we face and the uncertainties and yet certainties. And yet this is a time of year when we can begin to understand the great gift that God has given to us despite the difficulties. And it's very tempting for us to be very, very depressed probably. And I'm asking you on behalf of myself and many of our community to trust God. It is a season of goodwill and hope. And despite the apparent hopelessness, at the very heart of the gospel is the message of hope through Christ. Not simply being optimistic, not optimism, but a hope that somehow good will come. And it's about good leadership in our society, from our leaders, and indeed in our churches, to preach the message of hope for our people. It's been a difficult year, that's undeniable, but I sincerely hope that during the next few months and during the Christmas season we'll keep safe and remember that God loves us, even when it doesn't always feel that way, that He will know His peace. God bless you and keep you. May the Lord's face shine upon you and be gracious to you. Bye-bye. See you in the new year. God bless.
But you lie after your struggle. But you lie after your struggle. Exercise your greatness. Exercise your greatness. But you
I trust you were encouraged and uplifted with those reflections and messages. As we continue to navigate our way through these unprecedented times, we believe that music and the arts, songs of hope, have a central position in our lives and will help to galvanize our community. Therefore, we want to invite you to join the live 316 Gospel Showcase on Facebook at 7 p.m. on Sunday, the 27th of December. Join us as we share together songs and stories of love, hope, and life.
hang on your mistletoe. I wanna get to know you better this Christmas. And as we trim the tree, how fun it's gonna be together this Christmas. Firesides blazing bright, we're caroling through the night. And this Christmas will be a very special Christmas for me. Oh yeah. shine the town. There you go. This Christmas, fireside blazing bright. We're caroling through the night. And this Christmas will be a very special Christmas for me. Shake a hand, shake a hand. Oh yeah, oh yeah, yeah. Ooh, ooh. Let's go. Fireside blazing bright. We're caroling through the night. And this Christmas will be a very special Christmas for me. And this Christmas will be a very special Christmas for me. Hey. Shake a hand, shake a hand. Oh yeah, shake a hand. This Christmas. Oh yeah, oh, good, you. Yeah, 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 yeah.